Hello, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Ongaku to You, the podcast where three friends come together and break down the news, what's new in the Japanese music industry. This is the podcast for the week of February 1st. I'm your host, Ken, and with me we have Gray.
What's happening, dudes?
And Luna.
Hello, everyone.
Yay, back together again.
My computer is fixed, so we are good thanks to a super awesome friend of mine.
Woohoo.
Yep, we get 3 Amigos episodes before we have 2 where it's just back to Dos Compadres.
Yeah, but that's how it is.
Yeah. I won't be on next week. There's literally nothing I can do about it. So, you guys have fun without me. Don't worry, I will be gone 1 episode and only 1 episode. I'll be back the next week.
Yeah, with that, how have you guys been? Let's start with you, Luna, since we missed you last week.
Busy and cold as hell. Let's just say I live in one of the areas that we had negative 12 degrees and negative 24-degree wind chills. Wasn't as bad as
Yikes.
not as bad as Chicago. Chicago was negative 26 and negative 60-degree wind chills. But I'm not too much farther down from them, and it was cold as hell. And yes, I still had to go to work while the schools were closed. So you can imagine I wore so many layers it wasn't funny, and I even had a face mask on. I looked like I was going to rob a bank going to work.
You just look like the Michelin Man with a mask on.
I kind of did, except I had sunglasses on too because it was sunny, but it was cold as hell. So I came in with this, I have an Attack on Titan face mask. So you can imagine people are like, what are you wearing? All to keep warm.
Is it just like a regular Titan thing?
Yeah, there's a Titan on the face.
That's weird. Yeah, I would imagine that's mildly creepy.
Yeah, it is a little creepy. My coworker thought it was a zombie.
Well,
they do look zombie-esque, so he's
Yeah.
not too far off.
So, but that's how my week's been. Just work, nothing else, just busy.
yeah. With that, how have you been, Gray?
Tired. I've been working a lot. I had to do an 11-hour day Monday. I had to do 11 and a half hours yesterday. Yeah, the only day I worked a regular shift was Tuesday. So, and I get 1 day off, and then I get the lovely privilege of working 13 days in a row.
Yay.
Yeah, I got to work Sunday through next Friday. Other than that, I'm doing fine, all things considered. Yeah, I have had a brief moment to play a little bit of Resident Evil 2, which was fun. No chance to play Kingdom Hearts yet. That's on my to-do list tomorrow. Because I get 1 day off and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to work. So, yep. Other than that, I'm doing fine. How you hanging in there, Ken?
I've been okay. Work. Just work.
Yeah.
We got RE2, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, with that, let's continue on with what we've been listening to. Once again, let's start with you, Luna, as we missed you last week, so...
So I'm going to try to keep this somewhat short because I've actually listened to a lot of random stuff this week. So I'll just name off kind of what I listened to and not go into too much detail. I've been listening to Otsuka Ai again. I've been listening to I Am Best 2 because I got that in the mail. I've also been listening to Love and Honey because that is such a freaking good album. I've been listening to LOL's LML album, which is very catchy. I've been listening to a ton of Chanmina. I think that's all I've listened to for the last 2 days on full blast in my car. Been really in a hip-hop mood. Also was listening to Kira and some Benny. Who else was it? And Ayumi. I went back to Ayumi Hamazaki again because it was in my CD case. So, and Juju. I've been listening to her Door album and Kato Miria. I think that's it. Like I said, a lot of rando stuff. I've just felt like listening to certain things, put it on in the car, just started blasting away. So, what about you, Ken?
I've been listening to various amount of things too. First and foremost, my Juicy playlist. That's pretty much the norm at this point. I've been listening to the Final Fantasy XIV Piano Collection because that came out or is gonna come out during FanFest, which is this coming week. Actually, looking forward to all the news that's coming out of that because of the new expansion that's coming out in the summer. So I'm actually really, really looking forward to that, to be perfectly honest. Besides that, I've been kind of listening to a lot of Shia's Summer. I've been going back to her every so often, just listening to all of her tracks, and it's just so amazing what she does. When she does all these collabs with all these different artists, it's so good. So, but besides that, nothing much out of the same here. I did go back to Cicada for a bit. I kind of was going through a little thing with them. And Clacklax, because I've been loving Clacklax's regular album there, so. But yeah, besides that, nothing much out of the norm. What about you, Gray?
Mostly I've been listening to LOL, and I've been listening to Triple A's first album, which is Attack. And if you keep an eye out on the website, you should see a review for that soon. Other than that, I honestly haven't been listening to too much. It's been a crazy work week, and I don't get to listen to music like I used to, so that's pretty much it.
But yeah. I guess with that, let's move on to a couple new things. We're actually changing up the format just a bit here, mostly because we've been actually doing a lot of things for the site. If you guys haven't been paying attention to our site on gakutoyu.com, we actually been posting a lot of news regularly now, pretty much at least 2 or 3 every day, give or take.
Yeah.
So we're actually going into just what this segment is going to be, new releases or new news that has been announced for the artists for the next couple weeks or months, give or take. Let's start with Ymir. After her successful, lovely thing of the charts a couple weeks ago, she'll be releasing 2 albums called Sundance and Penny Rain on April 10th. It's the first time that she's doing a album since September of 2016. That album was called Daydream. You can check out the track list and a couple more things on our site, so if you guys want to check that out, go right ahead. And looks like Exid is going to be bringing their first Japanese album this April called Trouble, and it will actually have TJ Taku from M-Flow fame helping out, so it's pretty cool. I wasn't too surprised about their lovely little debut, Up and Down. I don't know how I feel about that song. If you guys know what Up and Down is. Luna,
I have
I think
not
you
had a
know
chance
what
to check it out.
I
yet.
do. I love that song. I really like Exit though, so I'm a little biased, but it's really provocative.
Gray, let's just say this much. They censored it in Japan. If you were to watch the Korean version of Exit in Japanese markets, they censored it.
That's interesting.
They changed out the entire format for the music video for the for the Korean one to the Japanese one. I think the Korean one they're in like a box or something, but for the Japanese one they're in like some kind of house. But it's interesting nonetheless. But yeah, you can check out the track list for that and actually the music video for I Love You on our site, so just give a heads up for that. Also, the new Johnny's group, King and Prince,
Woo woo!
whoa whoa, announced their 3rd single titled Kimi o Mateiru, releasing on March 20th. And you can check out the track list and reserve it on our site. So go right ahead.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, we're actually pretty excited. And Luna, if you wanted to talk about a couple of artists that you did, go right ahead.
So Dream Imi just announced a new single and the music video dropped. It is called Good Goodbye. That will come out on March 13th. You can watch the music video on our website for that, and it is adorable. And you can read more about that as the track listing is still to be determined in a way. So I'm very excited about this. You can also...
Same.
Oh, I love her. She's freaking adorable, and that video is so cute.
A lot of color. A lot of color.
Yes, and that's her style too. If you watch all her other
Yeah,
stuff, it's
yeah.
very colorful, and this one definitely stays with that style. So I highly recommend
definitely.
everyone checking it out. I love this better than Wonderland. So the next one is Aimyon, who was on the Kohaku. We all saw her perform her song Marigold. She is releasing her second studio album, and this will be her. This will come out February 13th, and it is entitled Shunkanteki Sixth Sense. It will have 12 tracks on there, including Marigold as well. And you can check out more about Aimyon on our site, along with watch her music video for Konya Kono Mama. And that is available for pre-order, by the way, on CD Japan.
Yep.
And Flower has also announced a new album, and this will be the first album in 4 years. Their last album they had come out was Hana Tokei in 2015. So this new album be called F, and the track listing has not been announced yet, but it will have 3 editions on that. You can read more about Flower's new album F on our website. You can also check out the video on here for their newest song.
You know, I'm actually interested in Flower, mostly because, besides Happiness and maybe Dream, I don't know any of the other e-girls, so I'm quite interested to see this album.
I am too, because I'm not as familiar with Flower. I'm more familiar with Dream. And I've been watching some of Flower's music videos since the news of this came out. And I'm really liking this and very interested in hearing more from them. So I feel like this is a pretty big deal, as it's been 4 years. So I look forward to this one. And that will
definitely.
And that will be coming out March 27th. And my last bit of news, which I have been super excited about more than anything, is Chanmina announced her newest single, and this is her first physical single release. And it's entitled I'm a Pop. This will come out on February 27th. So she has some competition because there's a lot of stuff coming out on the 27th.
Oh, yeah.
And the music video has not been released yet. There's a 30-second teaser out. But you can check out her latest music video, Pain is Beauty, on our website. And more information on that single with the track listing, which is out, along with the cover. Super excited. I've been addicted to her all week. I cannot wait for this release. It's going to be a trilingual release. She's my favorite newest discovery of 2018, to be honest. I fell in love with her after I heard a song I cannot name because of the language.
Ah, yeah. I remember.
Yep, I can't name that one, but her song My Name and Lady are amazing, and I found her on YouTube. Just browsing through videos, she was recommended and sold me.
But yeah, let's continue on with a little bit more news, or a little bit more releases here. Silent Siren, they're a 4-member pop band, if you guys don't know. They will be releasing a brand new album called 313113, set to release on March 13th, which is their unofficial, fan holiday kind of thing. But it will release with 13 tracks total. And, it will have 3 editions, actually. One DVD limited edition and a goods limited edition, which will have a knapsack or a pouch or something like that, and a photo book. So I'm actually quite excited about that. So, and the album will come out March 13th, like I said, and you can check out the little preview for their song Go Away on our site and go on CD Japan and pre-order it. And also, finally, with new releases is Flow. They will be releasing their first original album since 2016. This album is going to be called Tribalith. I have difficulty saying this one. Tribalium, I believe that's what it's called. And it will be the group's 11th album overall, with the newest release being #10 back in 2016, like stated earlier. This will have a lovely 14 tracks total, and you can check out the song Oneness and pre-order the album on our site. And with that, let's continue on with a little bit of news. I guess this is a little bit of a leeway to releases and news.
Yeah, it kind of bridges the gap.
It bridges the gap there.
Yeah,
Well, great. Why don't you
segue.
take it over from there?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. So, back in December, it was announced that Yurina Hirate would be taking a break from Keyakizaka 46 because she had, I don't want to say she had thrown out her back, but she had back problems because she has been overusing her back. And if you watch one of their music videos, that becomes blatantly obvious and very well apparent. But I guess she's young, she heals really fast, and she is coming back for their next single, which is Kuroi Hitsuji. And that will come out at the end of February, so it'll be February 27th is the release date. And she will again be center. And the big thing about this is in the Akimoto group, from like all the AKBs, Nogizaka and Keyakizaka, like on all of them, she is the record holder for being the center in the most songs consecutively. Yeah, consecutive, because she's been center in every single song that they've released. This is their 8th single, and yeah. I think she's also the record holder for like this total overall. I could be wrong on that last part. But yep, it's coming out in 4 different types plus a regular edition. And I'm really excited. I'm interested to see this new one. I like Keyakizaka 46. They tend to do good work. They go against the grain of the regular Idol stuff. So
yeah, I'm actually quite surprised of her sudden return also. Maybe someone punched her back into place.
And
apparently that's what I learned from movies, that if you just punch things back into place, you heal instantly. So maybe that's what happened. But I'm very surprised that she's coming back regardless, and becoming the 8th straight center for any piece of work. That's a huge accomplishment in any piece of work. She already took over Acha Maidatsuko as the definitive center for this new generation. So I'm looking forward to what she has if her back doesn't give out, so to speak. But
hopefully she stays together.
yeah, and apparently she's been fine for a while because they are dropping like taglines for all the things for the PV already.
Well, yeah, the music video should be out soon because they usually release the music video roughly a month in advance. So
yeah, they released
it should be out any day
still
now.
images, so I think it should be releasing later on, either today or tomorrow. So it is what it is. But yeah, let's continue on to our big news here. A big thing that happened on a lovely Saturday/Sunday and regretted me on not having a good day of work the following day, which is...
I'm sorry my birthday ruined your day too.
Which is the fact that Johnny's group, Arashi, is going to be halting any sort of activity past December 31st, 2020. They specifically stated that this is going to be a hiatus. The news dropped like 11 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and on the fan club site saying that they will be going on indefinite hiatus past 2020.
Yeah, from what I read, it looks like this is going to be a multi-year thing, like at least 2 years minimum.
And it's understandable. They had a press conference later on that night, and which, oh boy, I didn't get any sleep that night. So
I'm sorry, buddy.
They had a major press conference. All 5 members thanked the members of the press and all their fans on their fan site saying thank you for all your support, but we're going to be doing this. The very first question in that presser was, are you guys breaking up? And they said no, this is only going to be a hiatus. We're not disbanding. Arashi is 5 of us. If one person doesn't feel like they want to continue on or go on a break, they're not going to continue Arashi without that one person. The person in question is Ono Satoshi. He is the leader of Arashi, and he gave out a really good reason. He's been doing this for 20 years. He has little to no personal life as of right now, and he feels like he wants things to be accomplished while he's able to do so. And he felt that going on hiatus would be the best possible choice. And he originally brought up the thought of hiatus back in 2017, and they made it known to their agency at 2018. So they knew for a while that this was going to happen. And, you know, my good friend, she's one of their biggest fans in Hawaii. And they've been kind of teasing that, you know, hey, we want to take a break. But everyone kind of laughed it off because, you know, they didn't think that they would be serious about this. And one of the members, Ninomiya Kazunari, he was saying that, you know, I don't want people blaming Ono for this decision. When everyone is willing to work, they'll come together, but there's a time that when someone doesn't want to do it, they want to try to make everyone come to an understanding about that. Which is really good to show, like, how together they've been. And this goes on the continuing talk of, like, the last couple of weeks we had where, well, if a Johnny's member left, it wouldn't be the same if they added a new member.
Yeah.
Because the camaraderie and the brotherhood that they spend training together, you cannot make that, yeah?
No, that dynamic between those guys is very unique and specific, and another dude would not fill their shoes. They would be a different group entirely. And from everything that I gathered and read, even though it does look like it's their leader who's the primary driving force behind the hiatus, I think all of the guys are kind of tired and do want a small break. Like it just, I mean, they've been doing this for a while, and I could imagine, you get tired of doing the same shtick day in, day out, and you just sometimes you just want to, be able to not worry about a new album release or, fans or whatnot. You can just kind of forget it and just live life. Like, I mean, you can't blame them.
Yeah, what's interesting that,
at least it's just
they're doing this after 2020. So, specifically, that means they want to be involved with the Olympics, which I'm pretty sure at this point they'll give it to them.
Yeah.
This is another thing that they'll probably be part of both Kohakus, or a leading force in both Kohakus, both this year and the last year, or the next year, because the 2021 is probably going to be their last goodbye, so to speak. So definitely White is going to win that year. I already can see it.
I'd be surprised if they didn't. And next year's the 70th one, so that's a milestone. They don't want to, the one for this year is a milestone, so they definitely want to be included in that too.
So I mean, they thought of this very deeply. So like, Ono, at the point of when they're gonna graduate, or when they're gonna go on hiatus. That's 3 years, 3 to 4 years. So it gives them time to think about what's the next step in their career and stuff like that. Ono, he is a prolific advocator of like fishing and painting. He wants to paint. That's one of his other ambitions, is he wants to become a painter. And because of all the stuff that they got to do with Arashi, it's kind of hard for him to do that. Like he gets questioned every year. How much painting did you done Oh, not as much as I did last year. And he always says that. So, I kind of feel bad for him because of that. And, it's good for him to speak out about this. Oh, man. But this news hit me pretty freaking hard. I thought I was okay, but going to the press conference and watching all of that, yeah, I didn't go to sleep till like 5 that morning, and then I woke up at 6:30 to go to work, and then had to trudge on work the next day. So
I'm sorry,
oh
bud.
boy.
It'll get better.
Oh no. No. I mean, I was fine, but it was just like I didn't think it would hit me as much as it did, because you know Arashi is honestly the reason why I got so much better at Japanese, to be perfectly honest, because I used to watch all their shows and I shadowed their way of speaking and talking, and I've developed a shadowing technique, and that's the only way that my fluency got really good. So I owe a lot to them, actually. And, I look forward to what the rest of the members are going to do. Um, Probably Sakurai Show. He's probably going to be doing News Zero a whole lot more, which is a news program. I think Jun Matsumoto and Kazunari Ninomiya, they're probably going to be focusing a lot more on acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not Aina, that's the Seiyu. Aiba, he's probably going to be focusing on golf because he really likes golf too. But it's good all around that they'll be taking this break, so to speak.
I was gonna say, I think so too, being around for that long. And they really do deserve a hiatus to enjoy their time off. And it also might, revitalize their creativity. And doing so, they might come up with other ideas that they haven't thought to incorporate in their songs and music. So I think in a way it's a good thing. It's really sad to see they're going on a hiatus, but we still know they're coming back at least. And no doubt they're going to be there for the Olympics. So I'm really, I really wish them well and that they get to enjoy their time off right now. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one of the major things is, being in the music industry business, especially as churn out as how the Japanese music industry business is. I think just Asia in general, because Korea has the fairly same machine, so to speak, is if you're not putting out something, you're gonna be irrelevant. You're gonna be irrelevant eventually. We'll see. I'm happy for Arashi, and they mean the world to me. They mean the world to so many other fans. I felt so bad for my friend because she was in the middle of eating dinner and she didn't eat for like 7 hours because of that. But it is what it is. I'm happy for them, and we still have 2 good years of them, so they'll probably try to do their best to go out with a bang, so to speak, for a bit. But yeah. Continuing on, I guess let's continue on to this week's Indie Corner, which is La Pentette.
Yeah.
That is a 4-member pop rock band that formed back in 2016. While, some other groups and artists, they had a lot going on in their songs, and that can be used as a sign of weakness. La Pentette uses it as their strength to stand out from the rest of the crowd in an already fairly crowded market that is pop rock, of anything. And the vocalist Shihono has a very powerful and melodic voice that brings a calming and understanding tone of what's going on throughout the chaos of the songs. This is very evident on their song .03 Bio no Mushin and Dramatic. And it's so interesting because when I saw their song Dramatic, I thought this was just like she has a very, very powerful voice in that song that it just sounds like a lounge singer song because of her powerful vocals.
I agree. I mean, it's a very recognizable song because not only her voice, but the music with it too. I actually listened to two of their songs more than once because I couldn't decide which one I love more. And I think that song really showcases her vocals and the group, while the other song was so much fun as well. And I really, really liked them. I felt like they had something very unique that sticks with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's I love both of their songs, both that we stated earlier, Dramatic and .03 Byo no Mushin. Those songs were so great, and it done so much to stand out from what kind of genre they are going to be in. And I can see a lot of success if they can continue this pathway. I can see a lot of success in their future.
I can too, because she has a very unique, standout voice. And with their music too, it has a feel like, even though they're pop rock, I feel like you said, they do stand out more than most bands in that genre. And I think it's just the combination of what they do.
Oh yeah, and that guitarist is so talented.
Oh my god.
So talented.
Oh my god, that is the opening of Dramatic. Oh my god, that really, when you hear that guitar play, I love that. You know, it's just fantastic.
But yeah, once again, you can check out Lupinten's official site and Twitter on our site, and check out the music video for .03 Byo no Mushin on our site also, and you can see the magic of Shihono's voice. Just does wonders on your ears. And continuing on, let's go on to our top 10, not our top 10, the Oricon top 10. You threw me off with that.
Well, it was meant to be a joke, so it worked. I don't know if this week's Oricon is.
No, this Oricon was God. It was horrible.
I wouldn't say it's horrible, but it's not great either. Like when number 9 is probably the best song. Yeah, you got problems.
Number 9 is not the best song.
And only half of that's good too.
I'll tell you my favorite when we get to it.
Yeah, but yeah, let's continue on with number 10, which is Yunezu Kenshi once again with Lemon. That final little bump there as it reaches number 10 for this week. We said all what we said we can. I'd be surprised if they continue on for another month.
It could. The song's got the power.
Yes, it does. But yeah, this week it sold a lovely 8,835 copies. And going on up to number 9, it is Never Ever End and Always by A Piece.
Is it a piece or a piece?
A Piece.
Okay. A piece
tomato,
it is.
Tomato, my friend.
Well, these songs are a piece of work.
Oh, no, they aren't. They're a piece of garbage. Once again, this is another Korean influenced band, and apparently they make a name for themselves for being really tall. They're over 183 centimeters, I believe. That's so.
Oh, they're taller than me.
So
I'm
don't
180
know. I don't
centimeters.
deal with centimeters. I am American to a fault here. So, but yeah, I mean, it's the new Korean hotness flavor of the week.
Hotness. That dude's head looked like it was on fire. I don't like the orange haired guy. I just don't. Dude,
Never
drove
ever
me crazy.
end. The
orangest hair.
they're trying so hard to be BTS that it just doesn't work. There's this the one. And,
It hurts.
you know, I understand.
It hurts.
Every record label, every group wants the success that BTS has now, but it's so difficult if you're all trying to be the same that you're not standing out from what makes BTS so great.
Yeah,
and you know,
you can't-
this is coming from some people that don't really listen to BTS all too often.
No, but you're right. If you want to, success happens to people who stand out. They're people who make a name for themselves and really reinvent the wheel. If you're literally just aping what's popular, you're gonna ride the coattails. You might get some of their fans, but you're not going to get all of them. You're not going to get new people who already don't like them. Like, I don't I don't want to write this group off entirely because Always was my favorite song of the week. Surprisingly enough, it's a ballad. They're not trying to be BTS, and it's way better.
It's fine because when Korean groups do ballads, it's a little bit more tolerable, and that's how I feel. Like if more groups and like things like that does ballad songs compared to the bow dance drop the beat songs, it's kind of more palatable. It makes them stand out much more than trying to be one with the crowd, so to speak. Granted, being one with the crowd sells more a little bit, but you're not doing much.
And for me, songs like Never Ever End and most of BTS's category, honestly, at this point, can you really dance to that stuff? Like, there's no
can.
melody. There's just
I will
noise and a beat.
I will say I didn't care for Never End. I think because I didn't like that rapper at first started the song. His voice fit nothing with the music. It was so deep. It threw me off completely. I did feel like this was very trying to be BTS, you know, but just didn't have that oomph because it sounded like every other group, at least the song did. But Always was a good touch because we don't see too many ballad songs come from a lot of the Korean bands as much in Japan, especially as a single. So I felt like Always was a fresh of breath air, and it showcased their talents as vocalist, which we don't get to hear. And I don't mind if they do an upbeat, fun dance song, but at the same time, you better be able to back it up with a good ballad too.
I just don't feel like the first song had music in it. Like it aspires to be music. It just it took like two.
It wasn't my
aspects of
style.
what
Let's just put it that way.
And kind of dropped the rest of it.
Well, yeah, it felt very, very Americanized more than anything, and it wasn't my style at all. Yes, you can dance to that stuff, but it's more of like jumping around, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's not my style, but apparently people over there really enjoyed it, or maybe they just really enjoyed.
We're just the odd beat. We're just the odd people out. We're not in with the hip, man.
But yeah, Never End and Always sold a lovely 9,311 copies. And continuing on is Idolmaster Cinderella Girl Starlight Master 25. Happy New Year.
Ugh.
Actually, I should be really excited about this because one of my favorite seiyus is on this album. She's the main girl, Ohashi Ayaka, oh baby. But besides that, this song is it's just typical Idolmaster. It does nothing to me. It tries to be nice and happy, but I don't know. It's upbeat.
It's upbeat. It's upbeat and energetic. It is those two things and nothing more.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing more you can say about this. It's typical Idolmaster stuff. It's back to not really standing out, and it is what it is.
Sometimes they do cool things. Sometimes they don't. I mean,
sometimes they do, but
they churn out an obscene amount of music. They all can't be hits.
Well, the thing is with that, it's they have groups that they have so much girls in this thing, because if you were to go and do every single seiyu that's on here, there's more than Bang Dream, there's more than Love Live. They have like at least 20 different groups and subset groups. So I mean, it's hard to be like, oh.
But how many people do they have working as producers, composers, writers?
It's probably
that's
it's
where
the
the
same
real
like 5
magic
people,
happens.
but it's like a committee. Like Bang Dream, it goes into this also. They have a committee, so to speak, that choreographs all the songs. Granted, they have to make it so that the girls are able to play it too, so maybe that's another reason why it sounds a little bit more better compared to this one where they just have to dance.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. I like it regardless because Ohashi Ayaka's in it, but it's typical Idolmaster fashion at this point, and I can't be too hard on it because number one is number one. It's the new hotness, but yeah. Happy New Year sold a lovely 9,951 copies. And going on up, it is... Oh, boy. Speaking of seiyus, it is Minase Inori with her song Wonder Carnivan. And it's used for the ending theme of Etoron. I think that's what it's called.
I just realized it said that's Wonder Caravan.
I felt this was a generic anime song. Generic Seiyu song. I didn't really get much out of this. I do like her voice, but she kind of reminds me of a combination of Hirano Aya and Makino Yui. Both seiyus.
Yeah, that actually is very apt comparison.
Yeah.
If you were to bring that up.
Yeah, when I was listening to it, it reminded me of those two. Like, if you combine their voices, I'm like, oh my god. If those two women could have kids together, that would be her. That's who her voice was. Yeah. So, but I just didn't care for, Wonder Caravan was okay, but I felt like it was nothing special.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I don't have a whole lot to say about it because it's nothing special. But I found it appealing.
It's whatever.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. I'm not going to go down and get it off of the Apple Music store and listen to it on repeat either. But when I heard it, I was like, well, it's interesting. It's more interesting than me hitting the car in front of me. So there's that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It's getting to the point that we're getting the weekly Korean stuff. We're getting the weekly Seiyu stuff now because this is the third or fourth week in a row that Seiyu stuff has been appearing on the charts if you've been kind of looking closely. But anyway, regardless, Wonder Caravan sold a lovely 11,581 copies. Going on up, it is Weekend by Flowback, and I don't know what to say about this either.
I want more is what I will say because I only got to hear a minute and a half right when they got to the rapping.
You could always just
actually enjoying
buy the album or buy the single and just go balls in, so to speak.
Well, I looked it up on Apple Music. And I'm going to check the iTunes store here in a little bit, but as of right now, Weekend's not available from Apple. It could be on Spotify, but if it's not on one, it's typically not on the other.
No, this is generic, honestly. Flowback does so much better work here. This was just run of the mill, honestly, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I didn't care for this one too much, but I also feel like I'd like to hear the full version of it. I'm really glad Sony did put a snippet up there so you get a feel for the song in the group. But like Ken said, I think they've done better songs, and this isn't a song I would recommend to people to just start listening to them.
Weekend sold a lovely 12,021 copies. And going on up, it is Takaoku Sakura Oku by Mizumori Kaori. I think we did this whole rhyme and reason earlier in the year, Luna, when we were last year when we were talking about the Kohaku.
Mm-hmm.
Mizumori Kaori. And she's an Inca singer. And it's all right.
It's a nice song, I don't listen to much Enka, but I thought it was really good. It was very, very nice and relaxing. That's all I really have to say about it.
It's Inca.
It is the obligatory Inca song that we need to put near the beginning of the year because it did so well in the Kohaku.
It did its job. It's an Inca song.
Yeah, she's been in the industry for a long while, so.
She has a pretty voice.
But yeah, there's not much we can say about that.
Yeah.
It sold a lovely 12,584 copies. And continuing on up, it is Gakuten Nonfiction by Emperate. I don't know how to say that. Eda Parish. Eda Parish. What's Google Translate say?
Elabellus.
Elabalish. Barish.
ELABALESI.
I'm surprised that they translated it to L.
It's the word labels, but with an E on the front of it and an I at the end of it.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever's. They're idol. They're part of this Akihabara Cafe thing. It's so weird. And I'm like, I look at this song and I'm just like, I just all I see on the faces is generic. It's so sad. I look at this and I'm just like, oh man, there's generic idol, generic cutesy, generic everything just written all on their faces. And I could care less about the song, to be honest. When I watched it and as soon as I saw all their outfits out there, I was like, yep. Yep. I know where this is heading.
So, I didn't get to comment on this one. I didn't really care for this song. I felt it was really generic, forgettable, and it was just meh.
Yeah, it was, like when you sit down to it, there's nothing that stands out to it. Like it's so run of the mill.
It is. I remember nothing from it except a little bit of the video, and that's it. It's very. When I watched it, I just didn't care. It provoked no emotion in me, no anything in me. So I'm like, this does nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And Gray, let me guess, you liked it.
But I agree with you guys 100%. But I did
like it. You agreed with us?
I did.
It's
I don't
funny
love
because,
it.
like I said,
I don't love it by any means, and I agree. It's generic. It's by the numbers. It is literally paint by numbers idol. But I enjoyed it.
It's
I
so
like
it's
upbeat.
Funny. It's funny because you know what your comment last week of saying, as long as it's poppy and fun and upbeat, you'll like it. So as soon as I heard the first couple like little beats here, I'm like, oh god, Gray is gonna like this.
And you were right. I mean, like I said, I don't love it. It's not amazing. And again, I don't know if I'd go on like try to find it on like Apple Music and listen to it on repeat. I'm not crazy, but when I got off work and was listening to it in the car, I did.
Anyway, it's sold a lovely 13,639 copies. And continuing on to another generic song. It is Stand By You by SKE48.
I love this song.
Whoa.
So I actually like this song. This was my first listen because, I don't always listen to things as they're released unless it really piques my interest. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was, it wasn't no Mushiki no Ito, which I freaking love, but I thought the song was really nice. It was actually better than some of the, the last AKB songs.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I went on this huge rant last week. It's whatever. They could do more, but it's by the numbers, in my opinion. But
yeah, you can tell it is, and it is a very generic-ish song. But I thought it was kind of nice and fun. But it's not one it's really gonna like stick with me. I feel like.
The only thing I can vaguely remember on the music video, and this
Yeah,
the
it's
first time
enjoyable.
I watched this music video was a month ago, was them just jumping on the desks. That's pretty much all I remember on the music video.
Yep. They were in a classroom dancing, dresses swishing around. So, it is somewhat forgettable, but I still thought it was like a nice kind of touch in a way. I don't know.
Like I said, you would. But yeah, continuing on, it sold 15,475 copies this week, and it's been hanging around. And I've been peering over at the dailies too. So, but yeah, going on to number 2, it is Over Quartzer by Shota Suheyoshi featuring Issa. 2 things that you really like right now, Gray.
Yeah, and somehow I still don't like this song that much.
I freaking love this
Really?
song. This is my favorite of the week.
Yeah, technically 3 things that you really like.
I-
It has the pump, it has AAA, and now it has Kamen Rider.
Yeah,
So,
no,
you know,
it's the trifecta, but
the
I don't know.
trifecta of everything that needs to be going on.
I think for me, this song is not a song in isolation. Like I'm hearing this, and as a fan of Kamen Rider, I'm comparing it to like the laundry list of songs that I love from Kamen Rider, and I think this is one reason why Overculture just doesn't stand up to me, because I'm like, well, they've had way better, but
Well,
it's okay.
Another thing is too, you're a fairly newer fan to Kamen Rider, so you're listening to these songs over the course of
Couple months.
what, a couple of months.
Oh,
So
yes.
I mean, I kind of understand. Like,
And-
coming from me, who's been watching Rider for close to a decade now, it's all right. I think I need to be like sitting down and just watching it over and over and over again, because that's the only reason. That's the only way that I end
Yeah.
up liking a song through Kamen Rider, is because they beat you over the head with it every single time they can. They will.
I don't know. Excite, I've loved every time.
But
I've
you
heard
like
it.
Deitch. You like
And-
Deitch, and you know that's
I do
that's
love
another
Deitch.
thing too. If you're gonna like an artist specifically because of that, it's from that. It's interesting from your point of
Yeah.
view, because you have members from
Issa,
things
too.
that you like. I mean, Issa's been there for
Yeah.
he's the main for Fies, and then Shota
Fies.
Shohei, well, technically part of Triple
Yeah.
from AAA.
I like Justifies,
I mean, this
too.
is his first major breakthrough in his solo career, so it's kind of hard to judge a piece of work because of him being a solo career act. He's
Yeah.
mostly known from AAA.
Yeah. Now, I do really, really like Justifies. I like that. But I will agree with you that the first time I heard Justifies, I wasn't crazy about it. And
Yeah.
by episode 42, I was loving it. So it's just one of those things where it does grow on you, because you hear it every episode and it just kind of
Like-
grows on you. I will say I started watching Kamen Rider back in September of last year, and I've already seen 8
Yeah.
series.
So I mean, like, for example, case in point, my favorite Rider series is Kamen Rider Forze. I hate the song. Like, and Ana Tsuchiya is an amazing artist, but just what she did for that song particularly, A, it's hard to sing karaoke to, and B, it's just all over the place. And I love Ana Tsuchiya. Her work is amazing, don't get me wrong. But just her work on this particular song was like, I don't know. But by the end of Forza, I ended up liking the song or tolerating the song. There's other songs from Rider that is much better. But over Quartz, I think I need to, buy the Blu-ray set and just go through it. Sit down and go through it. I
Yeah.
can't be doing it in just one takes over the course of time.
Yeah, I've heard it several times. Because every week, like, we post like the YouTube videos of all the songs and stuff like that, and this was the only one I completely skipped because I know it. I can already hear the chorus in my head because I have listened to the song several times. I do like it. I don't want my mellowness on it to come across like me not liking the song. I do like it. I do find it a fun song. And I'm glad you really liked it, Lena. You should check out more Kamen Rider.
Well, I think I liked the style of it, the vibe of the song itself, but I also like the combination of the two vocalists. I think it was something with the beat of the music, and the video was really interesting as well, so that could have been also, if I really like a video, even if I'm iffy on the song, sometimes I'll end up really liking it because of the video.
Just of the aesthetic.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic of it. There was just something about this song that I found very enjoyable, and I really think it was just how the music and the vocals were done in it, and it got me really energized.
Avocatsa.
So, I don't know, I think it was the energy in that song as well that did it, because I wanted something energetic and it felt like it stuck out compared to all the other songs on the Oricon.
It is different.
Oh, yeah.
It is way different than everything else on this week.
I think that's the other reason I really liked it, is it stood out. While most of the songs that were on the top 10 were very generic, while this one at least had a very unique sound to it and vocals, I felt like.
But yeah, I just wanted to pick your brain for it because you seem to be the odd one out, so to speak. Because me and Gray are kind of meh on it, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'll probably re-listen to it again because I do want to give it another shot and see if it changes over time. Because sometimes I'll hear a song and love it, and then the next time I hear it, I'm like, why did I like this?
And like I said, like part of the reason why I dinged it the way that I did was just more because I'm comparing it to seasons past. It's not so much a song in isolation. It is, this is a part of a franchise that I like. This song's
The other
not
ones
hitting
do,
me
and that
like
makes sense,
A Live a
and this
Life
is, and I've heard
I
Be the
love
One
A
by
Live a Life.
Beverly, and I've heard Excite by Daichi, and I love those songs. But at the same time, I'm not, comparing, since I'm not familiar with the Kamen Rider universe, I have nothing really to compare it to, so I guess I'm going to it off of comparing it to what's on the top 10. So I might give it another listen next week, and I'm hoping it stays in the charts just because I'd like to see what it's going to be up against and see if I still feel the same way.
Continuing on, Overcourts are sold a lovely 28,348 copies. And going on up, it is Bokura no Hashite Kita Michi wa and Next Sparkling by Orcors. And oh god, please kill me now. I never thought I would say this about Orcors of anything.
How would you like your death? Slow or quick?
I want to get run over.
So
I
quick.
didn't care for this one, actually, and I like some of the other Aquor stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I actually love it, and a lot of it's good, but this was really disappointing.
Yeah, and it's weird. This is for the movie of all things, and you think they would go a little bit more all out for the movie. Yeah,
I was very, very disappointed with this, and I haven't watched all of, the Love Live stuff, but what I've watched and I've heard, I loved, but this one was very...
I love Stardash.
I did... Yeah, this was just a kind of a mess, and it was not really catchy.
No, it's not catchy at all. I didn't like the song either.
I didn't either. I was really disappointed because, when I saw they were on there as number 1, I was really excited to hear it. And I changed my tune after I heard it. It just doesn't have anything memorable, catchy, or not really re-listenable. So I'm kind of worried about how the movie is.
Well, the movie did great. It reached number 1 the first week it came out. But regardless, I mean... Oh, man. And like I said, watching the quote-unquote music video for this is just from the movie, and it's kind of hard to watch. Like,
oh my god, it was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over the place first. And second, because I know these are seiyus, I'd rather just see the seiyus perform this song.
I agree. It just didn't make sense seeing it and how the video was. It really turned me off that I couldn't watch that whole video.
I think this is one of my bigger problems with like the Seiyu idol movement as a whole is because when they do like the animation and like the dancing and stuff like that, I'm like, why can't it just be the girls? I really don't understand why. And the way that it looks, because they do the 3D animation every time they do the dancing, and I'm just like, I don't like it. It looks weird. I'm not even going to get on the weirdest thing in that because it just no. But I just don't. I wish it was the seiyus. I would have liked the music video more. But the song itself, it's paint by numbers. And honestly, this is a song that's set up for me to like at the bare minimum. And I'm just like, no, I think I've heard this song before, for just being honest. And this is not something great. It's just like, oh, well, this is another one. It stinks that I mean, I'm glad they did good. I don't want to, poo-poo on them too much, but I would have liked it. I just wish I would have liked it more than what I did. But I mean,
and and I understand because, like, for me, because we know that the seiyus can do all of this because they have to. They kind of have to for all the performance and stuff like that. And seeing their performance on Kohaku was amazing. It's just that, watching a music video with just the anime, and I completely understand that, a major of these things is just, I want to see the waifus and stuff like that too. But
They're too young to be waifu.
it's whatever's. But that's how it is. That's what
I'm just saying.
it is now. And seeing the whole thing of them just the music video just bothers me. And I know we're gonna get to this the end of February also, because that's when all of Bang Dream stuff is all just gonna massively drop. And I know we're gonna get on this again where the music video is not gonna do anything. I'd rather just listen to the song and judge it from the song, not the music video, because they try to implement all that 3D stuff, and the 3D stuff is just a mess.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
So it's not great. But like when they do regular animation, it's perfectly fine. But now Bang Dream is heading towards like, oh, we're gonna do all this really hyper animated 3D animation stuff, and it's just not good. It's not good.
Well, and the reason they do the 3D animations so they can do more dynamic camera work and do panoramic shots. Because when you do 2D stills, or like when you're doing a flat image, it's really hard to pan a camera and do all that stuff. So like, I mean, it's just a shortcut if they just do like 3D models. But it just, the way the 3D models move, it's weird. There's no life to them. I mean, they just feel like puppets. I mean, the great thing about like hand-drawn animation is, even though it's an inanimate object and everything like that, the artist can still give it life through just like character quirks and stuff like that, and it can be very beautiful. But 3D models it's weird, and it doesn't work for me, and I don't like them. And still the weirdest thing I just refuse to talk about.
But yeah, I mean, not to poo-poo on the song. It's whatever. It's whatever. I mean,
it was okay. It just was. I think it was just the disappointment in it.
Yeah,
I'm still excited
it.
to see the movie because I really like what I've seen of Love Live, and the movie seems to be doing really well. So I have some high hopes for that and look forward to it.
But yeah, and it didn't even sell that much too. I mean, this is like the first time in a long time that a number one album didn't reach over 100,000. So it's so weird. It sold only 74,000.
I know. Usually we see something in the singles over 100,000. So I was kind of shocked when I saw how low everything charted this week.
Yeah, so
maybe everyone's recovering from the holidays and also waiting for February and March with all the new stuff coming out.
But yeah, let's do a peer over to the albums just to kind of see it here. Oh boy. Okay, looks like Fuji Fabric's new album came out. That was all but interesting. Wake Up Girls? What the hell is this? Oh,
Wake Up Girls is a whole bunch of seiyus. It's an anime.
Yeah,
sorry, I get a little excited because I got into some of the singing and dancing idly stuff.
Guess what? Seiyu. It's a lovely 83 music set on an 8-disc Blu-ray DVD box set. Holy Jesus. That's
I'm scared to see the price on that. Ooh, that's not bad, actually.
That's actually not too bad. I would be
No, that's a
interested.
great deal. That's cheap compared to how much some of the other ones are.
8 discs, though, so that's why I'm like, that's interesting. I'll take a look at that later on. But, yeah, that reached number 8, with Hoshino again popping down to number 6. Same for Locally Monster What Flavor on number 5s. Bohemian Rhapsody is still staying strong at number 3. It's becoming the new Greatest Showman, so that's to be expected. And 17 made their new mini album at number 1. So yeah, I mean, all in all, this was kind of a meh week.
Backstreet's back, baby.
To be perfectly honest. Yeah, Backstreet's back there with DNA at number 2. But, regardless, this was kind of just a myth week for singles.
It was. But I think once we get into February, I think we're going to see a lot more new releases coming out and the numbers going up too.
It's funny. So,
Probably.
we look at the Oricon charts for the most part, and Oricon decides to pull a fast one on us for the new year, and they decided to put total amounts for everything now. So even download and streaming and sales copies. So, it's funny because
Yeah.
Face My Fears still stuck in there this past week. Because of all the streaming and
Yeah, it's
download
number
stuff. I
3.
can probably understand that it made number 1 for download. Same for Lemon, because Lemon it's always strong downloaded. So, but yeah, I mean, I want to point out here that next month is probably going to be very, very, very interesting. And the following month after that too, because when will we be having our Nishinokana episode?
We were shooting for March, weren't we? Because I need to get back on that track.
Yeah, we do need to work on March. Let's do the end of March then.
Yeah.
And the March is a go for me.
Yeah, the 29th. So you heard it here first. The 29th of March will be our lovely Nishinokana artist spotlight.
I'm
Whoa,
excited.
whoa.
I might start watching all her Blu-rays again.
Well, I think it's in 2 weeks is when she's going to be starting her hiatus. So,
Yeah, I think so, and I think she'll have a lot of enjoyment with, she'll get to do things she never got to do, being a artist always in the
Something
spotlight.
like that, yeah.
coming to Hawaii. Come on.
Get her autograph for me.
I'll give her more than that. But yeah, regardless, you guys can find us out at all the usual social media places. You can find us at Twitter at Ongakuryu. You can find us on Instagram at Ongakuryu. You can look at our music site, ongakuryu.com, where we're updating fairly regularly now. So please look forward to all of that. And also check us out at Twitch at twitch.tv/ongakuryu, where I'm just streaming Final Fantasy XIV and hitting stuff with sticks. You can follow our affiliates. Koryu Hunter, he is a Japanese Twitch streamer. He was going through some horror games earlier, and now he is one of our good friends and our living mailbox. You can check him out at twitch.tv/KoryuHunter, KYORYUHUNTER. You can check out our other affiliate, Timber Taff. He is a Twitch streamer and YouTuber in his own right and does lovely little songs. He did a song back in, I want to say, June of last year, which was the English dub of Devilman Crybaby. And it was very interesting, to say the least. You can check him out at twitch.tv/TimberTaft, TIMBERTAFT. You can also find out my lovely doings on a lovely podcast called Podosaurus, which is pretty much like Ongakuryu, except we go off the rails on gaming things at every little thing. If you mention Atlas or not Sherry Birkin, I forgot what's the other girl from Zero. I don't know her name.
Oh, Rebecca Chambers?
Rebecca Chambers. If you just say that in his Twitch stream, you'll get banned. And I always bait him all the time.
I liked Rebecca.
Oh, you should say that to him. But yeah, you can look that up at Podosaurus. It's pretty much a gaming focused one. We had a lovely guest, our first guest for Podosaurus, Sky Mom, or a fangirl that has no name. She is also a Game of Thrones fan, Luna.
Ooh. Yay, another fan.
She would originally she wanted a girl who has no name, but that was originally taken.
I could see that, yeah. I bet a lot of people wanted that one.
But yeah, you can check her out at twitch.tv/fangirlhasnoname. And it was interesting. They went on a lovely Resident Evil a-thon, and I just stayed silent like usual because I don't play horror games. But it is what it is. You can find me at OTYCam1, and you can find Luna at...
You can find me on Twitter as LunaMaria87. on Instagram as Nerdy Collector Luna, and you can see my other hobbies such as movies, anime, and other CDs that don't appear on our Instagram. So.
Yep. And you can find Gray at
Ongaku Gray at Twitter, and I do post mildly regularly, at least once or twice a week, and talk about like some upcoming projects and stuff we're working on. Like I announced the album review the other day on my Twitter, and I'll be looking to advertise more stuff there. So if you're interested in what I'm doing, follow me there.
And check out the YouTube channel at youtube.com/ongakudu if you're the 1 or 2 people that actually listen to us on YouTube. Hello, we appreciate your fandom. Thank you very much.
Remember to press like and subscribe.
Smash that like button. If you also do think that Stand By You is a generic song, push like and give a comment down below.
And if you think Ken's wrong, you can also press the like button and tell us why he's wrong.
No, there's no way I'm wrong on that one. But yeah, I want to thank you guys very much for listening to this week's episode of Ongakudu. I'm your host, Ken, saying thank you very much and have a great day. Aloha.
This is Luna wishing everyone a great rest of your week. Thank you for listening.
And this is Gray signing out. Hope you guys have a great week.